Okay.
It
Noel,
won't
all
go to the
yours.
first slide.
Okay. Recording in progress.
All right. Hello, everyone. Here, let me share my slide real quick. Okay, is this okay? Wait, no, I haven't shared it yet. Okay, is it showing up?
Yeah, can
Awesome.
see.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Great.
Let me turn my camera on. Okay, we have somebody in the lobby. Okay, give me a second. Let me admit him in. All right. Hello, Nihal. Welcome to the session.
Welcome. Welcome.
All right. Welcome to AI is Fun, our bi-weekly series where we introduce some of the newest and the latest and the greatest in AI technology, some of the news and any sort of neat apps that we can try out. We're going to be showcasing it right here. And first off, I'm going to pass it off to Noel to kickstart the session
Thank you.
tonight.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for this episode of AI is Fun. Right? As what Greg was sharing, we try and make it interesting and so forth. And since the last time, obviously, we've got Greg who's come in more regularly, and I think he will take over driving a lot of the exciting AI stuff that we will be talking about. So, can you click on the screen, don't mind? Thank you.
Yes, over here.
So, to get started, all right, what I thought maybe we can do is to play a quiz. All right, what is real or which is real or AI? Hit it again, you don't mind?
Yes.
That's, so we have one or two, the left or the right one. So if you guys can drop your answers in the chat window, right, that would be great. Or you can unmute yourself if you wish.
Mm-hmm. So is the first one the real one or the second one the real one?
Yeah, both looks real, right? These days, it's almost impossible to tell what is real and what is not. So,
Mm-hmm.
how many answers do we have so far? Anyone?
Not sure. Hey, Niall, what do you think?
Yeah,
Yeah?
not sure. Maybe not one.
Green thinks the first one is real.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, you think the first one is real?
which?
It's okay. It
Yeah,
doesn't
fine.
matter. It's just for some fun, right? To kick off the
Yeah, yeah.
session. Yeah. Ah, Ridwan says it's two. Okay.
Oh, the second one. All right. Should I reveal it?
Just hold on for a
Hey.
second, Greg. I think I need you to take over. I've got an incoming call.
No worries.
Yeah.
I can do it. Okay. So it turns out that the real one is actually the second one. Huh. I'm not sure how would you how would you differentiate it, but they both look real, huh? Okay. I've got a second set of pictures, so hold on. Okay, how about these ones? Is the first one the real one, or is the second one the real one? Put your answers in the comments. What do you think, Ian?
I don't see the slide change.
Oh, what? Wait, this is a new picture, isn't it?
No, I'm
No,
still
it's
looking
still the
at
old
the.
picture.
I'm
It's still
still
the
looking
old
at
picture.
It's
the
weird.
building.
Oh, my screen it changed already. Wait, let me try resharing it. I'm gonna shop here and then share it again. Okay, is that showing up right? There should be two towers.
I
Yeah,
see the
yeah.
towers now.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Is the first one the real one or is the second one the real one? Ah, this one looks a little bit too close. What do you guys think? Okay, I'll give it a few more seconds. Take a good look. And very surprisingly, turns out the real one is it's the one on the right. Huh. It's very surprising that AI can produce such details nowadays, huh? It used to be maybe a year back that they will blend into each other. They can't really do details. That's why you have like your hands having 6 fingers and all that. All right. Okay, I've got a last set of pictures. So how about these ones? Is the one on the left the real one, or the one on the right the real one?
Isn't oh,
Yeah. Oh, what? Did it change it?
now it has.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, what do you think, Ian? Actually, these two pictures look kind of the same, huh? They have the same building on in the front, the one that looks like an arrow. I wonder if it's like basing it off of an actual picture. Any thoughts?
I think number one's fake.
Ah, number one's fake. Okay. So the second one's real, huh? Let's see. Well, put it in the chat. Yeah, very surprisingly. Yeah, Ian, you're right. Huh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, the second one is actually the real one.
There's
I
a
don't know how you can
color.
tell.
There's a color issue in the middle in the first one.
Oh, you're talking about the blue building?
Mm,
Oh, I guess it does look way more. Yeah,
that's abnormal.
right. And now that I look at it, the cars look on the bridge looks kind of weird. It's just like line. Okay. You know what? I'll leave the rest of the slides for Noel to do. Let me do my slides real quick. Let me unshare this screen and put the presentation on a different one. Give me a quick minute. Okay. So let me present this. And let me share it. Here we go. Yeah, is it showing all right?
Yep.
Okay, great. Yes. Okay, so I would like to kickstart this session with a few stories. So not sure if you know, but back in the days when the idea of the smartphone is quite new, right? One of the biggest cell phone companies back in the day, Nokia, refused to work with Android, right? And in a similar fashion, Google offered to buy the entirety of Yahoo. Yahoo, if you know, was back in the day was a big competitor to Google, search engines, emails, and all that, right? News. And they refused. And also in another similar fashion, back in the day, Kodak. I'm not sure if you guys remember what Kodak is. Kodak is actually specialized in selling film cameras. And when digital cameras came into popularity, they refused to adopt it. And the common thread between these three companies is that they actually fell out of style, uh, like even a few years later, right? And even today, it's like, when's the last time you've heard of? Okay, let me admit this guy. Okay. Hello, Ratnam. Welcome to the session. Yeah, and as I was saying, these three companies, Nokia, Yahoo, and Kodak, actually fell quite significantly. And even right now, you wouldn't even hear about Kodak, right? And so at their peers, that's the essence of the story. So a few lessons you can take from this is that you have to be brave to take chances and embrace the change, right? And how this is relate is that with the advent of AI, right, we see how quickly it takes over our different systems, our different, even our lives, right? A lot of the tools we use today could unknowingly even be improved by AI, right? And who knows, 1 year, 2 years down in the future, like what could happen, right? And so the third lesson here is that if you refuse to change with time, you will become outdated, right? Which this is why we have that common perception AI is going to take our jobs. But you shouldn't be afraid. You should be using AI to complement your workflow. right? It's not going to replace your job if you're moving along with it in tandem, is what I'm trying to say. I've got a few more stories to be sharing. So KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, the founder, Colonel Sanders, actually found the company and made it big only at the age of 65. So you can see that there's a theme here. And with the next one, Jack Ma, if you know, the founder, the CEO of Alibaba, he couldn't even get a job in KFC. They rejected him, right? And he decided to open his own company. And now he's retired at the age of 55. So age is just a number. You have to commit to this way of thinking in which continuous improvement, right? Noel really likes to uh, talk about this concept of Kaizen. So you have to do better, or even on a small scale, take baby steps, and only those who keep trying will succeed. So don't stop learning. Even in AI, don't be intimidated by it. You just gotta get started, right? And last but not least, Lamborghini, if you know, one of the biggest sports cars manufacturers, was founded as a result of a revenge from being a tractor manufacturer. They are a tractor manufacturer back in the day, and they were insulted by Ferrari. It's like, why are you making tractors, right? And so they were able to innovate, and now they're big, right? So keep working hard, invest your time wisely, and do not be afraid to fail, right? And so our agenda today is that we'll be talking a little bit about the latest news and developments in AI, and we will be talking about a few tools we're going to be exploring a little bit. One would be website building. I've got a few examples, but I'm going to be focusing on one later. There's also another website where I call it, it's a fun with the you from another universe. I'm going to keep it a little bit of secret, but you'll see what that means in a little bit. And with Noel's session later, if he comes back, we'll be talking a little bit about fighting scams with AI. But before that, I do have some news to share. Let me change my screen. Okay, give me a second. All right. Give me a quick second. I think it's this one. Is it showing up right? Let it load a little bit.
Yes, yes, we can see.
All right. All right. Yeah. Yeah, it's showing two articles that caught my eye quite recently. One of them with this title, Real Criminals, Fake Victims. Now, what do you guys think it's going to be about? Right. How do people use chatbots in fighting phone scammers? And now, if you know, one of the latest trends in scamming is that they would like to approach you directly with a phone call, pretending to be, let's say, from your bank, from a family member, etc., etc., right? So one example they give us here is that, so a scammer calls and he asks for a passcode to this guy called Malcolm, who is an elderly man with an English accent, and he's confused, like, what's this business you're talking about, right? And so it's another day, it's another scam call, and this guy on the other end, who is called Ibrahim, he says, "Oh, frankly, I'm not too sure if you can recall, buying anything recently, right?" It's like these two are actually examples of what this new company called, I think, Agate. I'm not sure. Where is it? Somewhere down here. Apate, yeah, in which they are using AI to run chatbots that imitate victims. So the essence of the story is that instead of scamming real people, now they're scamming fake people, right? They're scamming AI chatbots instead. So it's a way to distract scammers from actual victims. And so this is being used to combat the newest fears in which, oh, are they going to use AI to scam people much more effectively, right? By using AI scam bots. And now we have a counter, which are these victim AIs which will handle like all of these potential scam calls in a sense. And one more news I have, but it's not very new anymore. Here, give me a second. This is actually a news from I think 3 months back. It's actually taking place in Japan. And so the title here, the new ATMs in Japan, they automatically play anti-fraud videos to people who are talking on mobile phones. But when you're just thinking about it, it's like, why? Why mobile phones in particular, right? So based on my understanding, is that one of the common tactics on how somebody scams people, especially the elderly, is that you would, over here, the side effects of Japan's steadily aging population. So usually they would pretend to be a family member, and maybe they'll pretend that, oh, they are in trouble, I'm your son, I'm your granddaughter or something. They said, I need money for, let's say, medical bills, school bills, and they want you, the victim, usually an elderly member, to make a bank transfer, right? And thanks to mobile phones, you can just, they'll guide you. It's like, oh, go to your ATM, key in your passcode, transfer to this bank account. And they don't even have to talk to you in person, and poof, there goes your money, right? And so how the police in Japan, they collaborated to track down these thieves by using AI, so that when the ATM machine scans that the person in front of the ATM machine is using a phone, they are on their phone call, they will actually play this video right here. Let's see if I can play it. Yeah, it just tell you to, put your phone down. It's actually fraud call, right? So don't fall into these sort of scams. And this is actually very similar to how when I was in Canada, I remember, whenever you're buying let's say a gift card, sometimes they would ask you, it's like, oh, you got to be using these gift cards for yourself, and don't use it, because it's also a popular scam tactic for scammers to tell you, oh, buy gift cards and just transfer gift cards to me, right? And so they're just trying to make sure that your funds aren't being used fraudulently. So it's like a multi-factor authentication sort of thing, right? But pretty cool, huh? You wouldn't think that they're using AI to scan people who look like they're using their phones right in front of the ATM. So just in case they're in the middle of being scammed. And so let me jump from here to talk about one of the first tools that I'm going to be sharing. Give me a quick second. It's one of these tabs. Okay, on a website builder. So the first tool I'm going to be sharing is much more of a productivity tool. Actually, there's two. When you're talking about website building, there's two major players, right? One is WordPress, and one is this one called Wix, Wix. WordPress is much more code heavy. You need to know quite a bit of HTML and maybe CSS, but the user interface isn't very friendly for somebody who's just starting out. But over here, Wix, which I've been using for many, many years, is actually a very intuitive way for you. You can see I have a couple of websites. So you do have to sign up for Wix. And then when you create a website, they have this whole AI function for you to, start designing without even knowing how to interact with their user interface, right? So one tip I want to give here before like delving into any of these single use, if you want to try any of these websites, here, I'll link this down in the chat below. Wix.com. That's the www.wix.com. Okay, there we go. Yes. So it's a website builder. And one tip I would like to give is that when you're trying to delve into these AI tools, and maybe you don't want to sign up with your email, there is this cool little email that lets you generate temporary It's kind of cool little email, cool little website that lets you generate temporary emails. So it's this one. It's called temp-mail.org. So when you're trying to sign up and you don't want to use your own email, use this, and it'll generate you a quick little email. And for example, I get this one, right? Povaxi4571, like a temporary email. And then when sometimes they'll be asking for a verification code or something, it will pop up right down here. So you don't have to use your actual email. Let me copy this into the chat. Give me a quick second. My laptop is being slow. Okay, there we go. Yes, that's the one. So let me kick it off, kickstart it with Wix again. Website builder, right? Nowadays, a lot of companies ask you, say, what's your website? Like, if you're, interested in getting a website started, but you don't want to pay a professional to do it, and you got a little bit of a creative side, maybe this is the solution for you, right? So when you start logging in, you'll see this page, and then there's a create new site. When you create new site, and it pops out this neat little chat box. You don't have to use it. Back in the day, this wasn't even a function. And let me get into it. Start chat. Okay. What do you want to call your website, right? Let's see. Well, I just call it something simple. Greg's cool website. Okay. And next, if I'm not wrong, they will be asking us what's the purpose of the website. So do you want it to be a blog? Do you want it to be a storefront? Or maybe you could be hosting videos on it if you'd like. Okay, yeah, I see. Ask us about what is this Greg's Cool website, right? So maybe I can do a little bit of a crowd activity here. If anybody has any ideas what we wanna make our website about, anyone? It could be about a storefront. It could be maybe you wanna share pictures of cute cats. That works too. Or maybe you wanna be sharing tips about AI in this new little website. All right, we can do a website about FAQs. Okay, so we are starting. Okay, starting a website about neat tips and FAQs that people might not know about. Right? Okay. Oh, okay. When dealing with scams. Okay. I think that's a pretty good starting point. Thanks, Ridwan. All right. Now let's submit that real quick. Yes, what are services offering on a website? So maybe be a blog type website, right? Where we maybe share testimonies and even blog posts and maybe and photos and videos for free, right? So that's the purpose of our website. Let's see. Yeah, we can have so earlier I was doing this for a product-based website, right? So you making a storefront and they have different questions depending on what sort of website you want to make. And so over here, yeah, we can have email subscription, that's for sure. We can have forums, that works too. And maybe links to social media. Yeah, let's start with this. I think they automatically categorize us as a suicide prevention helpline. It's not exactly the same thing, but we can change it later. Okay, we can share a bit of the history of a business, fee-based organization, maybe aiming to, prevent scams in this new age of AI. And then, and we come from different backgrounds, from government to IT, let's say, and maybe even I don't know, NGOs. And it will compile all this into different pages. So your about page, let's say your contact page, your information page, right? Yeah, see, we are all set. We can all go to the dashboard. And it takes a little bit to generate. Let's see how long it takes this time. Okay. Yes. So if you're doing a storefront website, I'm not sure if I still have my example here. I think I do. Yes. When I'm doing my yes. Okay. Welcome, Mindsoft. We are talking about a website builder and how we can use AI to help us create a website. We are talking about a site called Wix.com, right? And so earlier when I was testing it out with a product-based website, so I want to set up a storefront. It has all these different sort of services automatically latched onto it. Like how do you get paid? How do you generate invoices, the catalogs, and all, etc. Right? But right now, since we are making a blog-based website, it shows a different set of services. So, for example, how do you want to host your videos? Maybe how do you want to categorize your blog posts? Even you can have events, maybe donations if people want to support you. And so in addition to that, of course, there is the typical, you've got to get a domain to represent your website. You got to do some sort of SEO, which is search engine optimization. So on Google, you're going to pop up right at the top. But I'm going to focus on this one function, which is designing a website, right? And you can also design a website using AI, which is the biggest function of Wix currently. Let me get into this. Give it a second. All right. And it will actually ask us a few questions. He's generating a website. I'm not sure how long this is going to take. I might just show you guys the website I've already made. On this one, I think. Yeah, this one's still working on it. Let's see. If you guys got any input, anything you want me to add on to this website, please put it in the chat box below. And yeah, on an initial level, you will only have one page, and it will ask you, it's like how many sorts of pages you want. Do you want a separate page for your products? You want a separate page for your contact information, or do you want to just squeeze it into your main page? Right. And you can select a theme, what sort of fonts you want to use, what sort of colors, maybe design elements. Let's see if this pops up. But for now, yeah, it's quite a little bit. If you're keen on trying the more technical route using WordPress, they do have the system of plugins instead. You can use it for a myriad of AI tools, and one of them I was looking at was this one, SEO Press. So it uses AI to actually change the verbal tone, the language inside your website, so that it contains the keywords for you to boost your website up in search engines, right? As part of a search engine optimization. So more and more people will be able to view your website when they're searching about it. Let's say they want to search about, earlier I was making a website. Let's take an example, our scam website, right? It's like if people are looking for blogs that covers the latest scams and how to prevent it, for example, your website with search engine optimization, it'll be one of the first ones to pop up. That's the gist of it. Okay, yeah. So over here, we got it. Our little anti-scam website. we can take a look at the initial layout that they provided us. You know, the about page, a little about section here. It's not a full page. The sort of services maybe we can offer, maybe some advising, maybe some sharing sessions, like what we have right now. Place to put on videos, and all the way at the top, we can have events and this, right? And we can actually change everything little by little. So we have a few sections here. If you go into site profile, you can see that you can add a logo. So depending on what you already have, you might or might not have a logo in mind. We can add it. We can have a site type over here. Actually, yeah, let me check if I'm even at the right website. Yeah, I think I'm at the right website. The site type would be a anti-scam blog. Okay. The description, earlier we wrote about this, about Greg's cool website. We have testimonies, our backgrounds, and all that, right? And then if you want to change your contact info, yeah, this section right here. And let's apply the changes real quick. Now that we've specified that it's not a bookstore, it's a blog. It'll take a few moments to update. Oh, I don't think there's much to update there. Okay, and then there's the site structure. You can use AI to automatically generate the different sort of pages in addition to your main page. So currently you have your main page, which covers all these different sections. But of course, you can have these sub pages. So if you want it to be hosted on a completely different section inside your group of website, you can just tick on it over here. Let's say you want a whole page just on telling what sort of company you are. Let's say we can have a whole about section. Maybe you want to sell products as part of your anti-scam website. Maybe I'm not sure what would you sell under an anti-scam website. Maybe you're trying to sell t-shirts. You can have a products page. Of course, contact informations, can have testimonials. We're looking for testimonials. And we can have a past project section, sure. And if we apply the changes here, and then I'll update the page real quick. Let's give it a few seconds for the new website to pop up. Okay. Oh, yeah, as you can see here, currently they're using this this black and off-white and brown sort of like design, right? We can also change that in addition to the font. In addition to, like, if you don't like lines and you just want it to be clean, you know, just spaced out each other, you can actually specify that. They are not limiting you to just a specific number of selections. You can be creative with it, right? Let's give it a few moments. In the meantime, maybe I'll show what the bookstore version shows up like. Yeah, the earlier example when I was testing out this website. We have a whole storefront here. You can put up prices. Yeah, you can change the layout. Yeah, I was specifying that it's a bookstore where you can order books from wherever you want in the world. And of course, you'll list it out here as part of services, right? Like no matter what language, and we have customer support and of course special requests. Like if you have a book that you want and it's not on our list, you can put in a request, right? And so it's very flexible on the sort of things you want to do. This is not popping up yet, but let me see if I can show you on the other website on this last feature, which is to change the theme and the the design choices of your website. So let's take a look a little bit. If you click over there in the theme, so right now it describes it that it has a warm design. It's kind of brown. It's got this font, serif font, and indie inspired icons. Right, primary color is black. Let's say I don't want to make it so gloomy. It's like, can I have can I use more pastel colors? And don't want to make it so gloomy. So change it to a white background, for example. And maybe the font, I'm not a big fan of this font. Maybe and also try a different classic style font. Okay. Let's see if the other website updated. Okay. Oh, it looks the same. Yeah. But when you go into updating the whole section, but I think you have to do it manually, where you can change the individual sub pages of your website. But that part I don't think has a AI helper to assist you with. But let's take a look at this one. It's creating the yeah, you see, it's changing it to a more pastel design using this color of Alice blue and then light teal blue as part of the design choices. It doesn't have a preview yet, so I think we'll wait a little bit more. Yeah, and one of the functions they also have is that you can regenerate it. So if you completely just do not like what you see from the get-go and you're not too sure what you want to go for, you can regenerate and it'll give you something else very random, but they'll still match the type of website that you're going for. Or you can just make it a little different, right? Let's say you kind of like it, but there's something not right about the website. You can make it a little different and it'll make very minor changes to it. So let's see. Yeah, okay. So earlier we wanted to do a little bit more of a pastel colors. So it's got a very nice light blue. The background is now white, so that's cool. The layout of the website is generally left untouched, but the colors are the main things that change, right? So you can change everything very easily using Wix's AI assistant. So let me see if I got anything else to show you guys. Maybe a little bit on the layout, or I can try the let's do the layout. Sure. Maybe I think that all of this design is blending into each other a little bit too much, right? Maybe I want to categorize them. Maybe I want more lines. It's a give me more lines in the layout. So other than colors, of course, you can change the entire layout of your website. So how it's structured, how you're gonna categorize things, right? So right now it's adding grids, lines, and strokes. Let's see how that turns out real quick. And then at the same time, I want to show what happens if you click it a little bit, this button, make it a little bit different. So currently we have this this rustic style website for anti-scam. So click it, make it a little different. Yeah, I'm not sure why it keeps going back to having this bookstore site, but let's take a look. While that is going on, let's see, going back to this. Yeah, so with our the other website, the one that's focused on selling things, now it's got lines. It's much more categorized, you see. Earlier, it's just spaced out with white space, right? So you can do this. Let's take a last look at this. Yeah, so the format of the our anti-scam website, very different. We got a side-by-side thing going on right now instead of a top to bottom. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. And yep. Do play around with it if there's anything. I'm going to jump on to a different tool, which will be the last tool for the night. But if you guys are interested in delving a little bit into Wix and if you got any questions, do pop it in the chat. And remember earlier when I was saying that I want to have fun with this tool that it lets you interact with the you from another universe. It's actually this website that Noel introduced called Hydra. Here we go. Let me type the whole thing into the Hydra.com. Hydra.com. Yes. Okay, so Hydra.com is actually a character creation tool based off it's an image-based tool that changes your image into a video, right? It might not sound like there's any sense to that, but let me show you real quick. Of course, like a lot of AI tools you do have to log in. So I've made a temporary account using the temporary email function that I've shared earlier. There's also a limit to how much you can generate, but let me show you a little bit on what we've done. Okay, so the first thing is that, let me show you the other one. You can have a stylized thing. So what is this stylized thing? So let's say you have a picture of yourself. I think it'll be easier if I'm demonstrating it real quick. So choose something from your, I'm gonna choose a picture of myself real quick. There you go, upload it there. You can see, select your style, what sort of stuff you want. Of course, but this is it's all when you're using the stylized function, it's all pre-selected. So you do have a specific list of things that you can choose from. Or you want to make yourself a man, or if you're a man, you want to make yourself a woman, or maybe a bobblehead thing, you turn yourself anime, or you want to be a K-pop star. Yeah, that works too. But later on in the create, it gets much more, we can be much more specific with it without choosing a specific, without choosing from a preset selection, right? So let's say I want to do this K-pop thing, right? Just choose it. It's on K-pop. I'm gonna apply the style. And you gotta let it run a little bit. It's gonna take a little bit. So okay, it's gonna pop out like that. So you see, it takes your picture from what you uploaded into it, and it's gonna pop right out this this whole K-pop looking dude. And not only that, remember when I say you can turn it so that it's actually a video, right? So how does that work? You know all those TikTok videos where you make where this guy is like singing, but it's like a still picture. It's like, let's say you're making Elon Musk sing, like a funky looking song, right? So it has a selection here, which song you want to play. Actually, let me share my audio real quick. Sharing my audio. So there's this song. Or you can do this other song. Okay, I think I like that one. So let me click on that one and then click on generate video. Let it run for a little bit. Takes time to process actually. It's not as quick as Wix because it's an image-based AI tool. It will show you. Let's see if I can show you what I've had. I've downloaded a few examples earlier. Pretty slow, but okay. If I pop over to the create function, it's actually very similar to this. But instead of having a specific set of styles you can choose from, you can just type it in. Let's say you want a cowboy hat, or you want to be in the style of Picasso, or maybe you want to look like you're from, I don't know, you're from Lord of the Rings. You want to be fantasy themed. That works. So let me pop right there and show you real quick. So this is the stylized thing, but if you pop over to create, you can actually put on your own audio. So you have a specific song in mind, let's say. I did it earlier with his Japanese song. You just pop it right in. But otherwise, you can actually just start typing, Let's say it's like, I am Greg and I want some hamburgers. Okay. And then I'm gonna pop over my picture right here and stylize it. There's this AI strength slider. So, how much do you want it to affect your original picture? So you see, yeah, it's like, I want a cowboy hat and I don't know, on a red background. And then click stylize. Yeah, let it run a little bit. This one actually takes quite a few seconds. Okay, there you go. Okay, made me older than I look. So maybe I don't really like that. Let me tone down the AI strength a little bit. And let it run for a little bit. But it's pretty neat, huh? It's like red background, cowboy hat. It's like exactly what I asked it to do. And there we go. Well, I still look kind of old, but it looks similar to me. I think this works. So I wanted to say this, and then you get to choose a voice. So let me do some tests. There's this one, Laura. You can.
Our distrust is very expensive.
Okay, female voice. You can make it a male voice. You can have different accents. There's a British accent, American accent. There's some cartoon characters too. Like this one I was testing out. Here, let me test the guy accents first. This one, Todd.
The greatest gospel concert the world has ever witnessed is coming to Rochester.
All right, but if you want to go a little bit cartoony, there's this guy.
It is not so important to know everything as to appreciate what we learn.
Okay, let's try to test out a video of those settings, and then generate video. So you're going to generate a moving video of this guy right here, Greg with a cowboy hat, saying, "I am Greg and I want some hamburgers." Right. Let me click generate video. It's gonna show you a little bit. Let's see if the image from earlier processed. Okay, there we go. Remember when we made this earlier? Let me play it real quick.
Step one, finish up the canvas set. Upload the frames where it's looking at. Step two, soundtracks to find the tune. Melodies and voices that make the narrative flow. Recreate now like a story flow.
Pretty interesting, huh?
In a single show. Crafted in steps, stories now told.
Yeah, so it'll make a 2D picture, move like it's 3D. So I think, let me show you one example that I've done earlier when I was testing on this one. Here, let me open up the video file real quick. Oh, okay. Looks like they're done with it. Okay, let me test this out first. Okay, it's a little bit laggy. Give me a second.
I am Greg, and I want some hamburgers.
Yeah.
I am Greg, and I want some hamburgers.
Yeah. So, if you're looking for somebody to narrate a story, you're going to start a TikTok account. This is a very good tool. And here, let me. My video is not running. But yeah, in essence, it's gonna look like this. If you have a song, you can make your avatar like sing along, right? Ian, are you there? My dude, Ian.
Hello.
Hi. Yes, it's like
Yes.
Suno. Yes, correct. Ian, you can show some of the examples you did. Yeah, let me stop staring my screen.
I didn't do as much as you.
Is it? But did you do the video thing?
I tried it out. Or like I tried out the image creation.
Oh, actually, just share your image. Put it down in the chat.
I made a.
Let me see. The one I tried to do earlier didn't work. So
I'm
let me
using
try
the one you
redoing it
did.
again.
I think you did this, right?
Yeah. This one.
What? Guidelines
Actually,
were
that's
not.
not.
It made this earlier. It literally
Oh.
did this earlier.
I think it didn't. So there are guidelines so that you can't use pictures of celebrities. That's
I don't know
interesting.
because I used. What? I don't know.
Yeah. It has really poor image retention. So whatever you wanna do, you gotta do it like immediately. If not, like the next 10 minutes, it's gonna delete all your progress. So whatever you've done, do it and then download it.
Because I know
I
it
guess,
did this.
yeah.
It did this one just now, like when I was trying it.
Wait, try playing one of it. Maybe the third one. Oh, try sharing your audio, maybe.
Oh yeah, I didn't share audio. I forgot Teams does that.
Who is that, Ian?
I mean, it was based off Obama.
Oh, yeah, the white guy?
Yeah, I don't know how it came up with this.
Oh, they made Obama
I
white.
don't
Oh,
know
no.
why AI does this, but this is what it made.
Today, we will
kinda
make
funny.
history. We'll make it happen. We'll turn it around. We were born to make history.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
That's what they gave me.
All right. That's very interesting. Okay.
As you can see.
Let me try doing the yeah.
Hmm?
I was trying to do the example where I was singing a song, but
I did not try that.
okay,
It
let me
generated something out of this.
Yeah,
I don't know. Still at 50%.
it's okay. Let me generate a new one.
Sure.
So you can, let's say you want to see yourself like you this new 2D avatar of yourself, sing along to a favorite song of yours. You can actually just upload the song into the website. So let me
make this thing move.
Hello, I work in the United States, and together we can create history.
It's very obviously AI.
Yeah, I think some voices are better than others.
Probably.
Yeah.
But if there's more for you to show,
There is like
I'll let
too
you
bad there's a
show it.
limitation of.
I mean,
Yeah. I'm just trying to get it.
I mean, the worst
Yeah.
you
You try
see
the
of
different
AI
voices?
now. Oh wait, sorry. But if I change the voice, I need to regenerate
no
it,
worries.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
let's
okay.
give it a
I'll share
shot.
my screen. Real
All
quick.
right.
Let me see if I can find it. It's 5% in, so when it's done, we'll get to look at it a little bit. But you can make this guy, Mr. AI Greg, sing along under this goofy voice. You'll hear it in a second. Then you can see the past works you've been doing. So down here, you see that I did this K-pop Greg earlier. Yeah, it's taking a while to load, huh? Okay, let's share the sound at the same time.
Step one, finish up the canvas set.
Yeah.
Upload the frames where it's looking at.
And of course, you can download
Two
it.
soundtracks, let's find the tune.
But
Melodies
under
and
the
voices that
free
make the narrative
account,
flow.
you can only have a maximum of 30 seconds, if I'm not wrong. And you gotta like go into the paid account so that you extend it, I think, up to like 10 minutes, 5 minutes. But you do have to upgrade. It's a paid function. With the free function, you get 30 seconds. But the good thing is that there's this 5-minute limitation that does refresh, I think, every single day. Not very sure about it. But even if it does run out, just make a new account, this is not running very fast. So let's see if I can share any of my earlier experiments. I'm not sure which one of these was the one I made myself sing. Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, pretty interesting. Yeah, this is more of a fun tool than a productivity tool. If you want a productivity tool, the website builder is a good one. Yeah. Is Noel back?
Yes, I'm
Oh.
here. I'm here.
Okay. Let me pass it back to you to finish up your part.
Okay, Ken.
Thank you.
You did the quizzes, right?
Yes, we're done with the quizzes.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That was very interesting. Any questions from anyone for that? No questions, yeah? One of the things that been bothering me and even some of the people in our chat group, obviously, are messages like this. All right, so some of us know almost immediately that it's scam, right? You could say that we've seen so many of them that we kind of like know off the bat, right, that it's scam. But how do we know for sure this is scam, right? What are some of the red flags and so on? Right. So what I did was I actually ran it through a couple of AI tools. Obviously, like my favorite Copilot, right? So I did it with Copilot. Right. For those of you who want to download it on your phone to use it, you can scan on this QR code. So when I ran it on Copilot, right? I copied and pasted the picture, right? Dear customers, hurry up. Your 13,296 points expired today. Redeem premium rewards, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so now, there are normally a website, all right, that they want you to go to. And normally from that website, it would try to bring down malware to your machine. Okay, so some of the, if you want red flags, are the following, all right? So I urge you to try it out for yourself so that at least you get a free hand experience in trying it. Right? As you can see, in Copilot, it gives you all these URLs that you can look at, right? So that you can get more information regarding that particular message. Now, this is a hallmark of Copilot for the longest time, whereby you get references to the information that it provides. I find this particularly important to ensure that the information is somewhat more reliable, right? Not that it cannot make mistakes. It actually reduces the situation of hallucination. So this is one, right? Now, what I did do also was to put it through ChatGPT, right? So to do that, all right, I also copied the picture, right, pasted into ChatGPT, and this was done on the computer. Of course, when I asked the question, is this scam? It says, yes, this message is likely a scam. So you can say that ChatGPT was more definite in terms of its response. And here are some red flags: urgency, unusual URL, right, telling you that the URL appears suspicious. Legitimate companies usually have clear, recognizable domains, right? And then unsolicited message. Sure enough, those of us who got this message was very much unsolicited, right? It came across from anyone, everyone, right? That potentially is a scam. Okay, so ChatGPT recommends that you never click on the link, right? Make sure you verify it through the official channels. Obviously, the official channels in this case will be Maxis. So you probably want to check maxis.com, right? And one of the people from the Security 101 group actually did do that. And on the Maxis website, they actually highlight that this is a scam. Okay. So that's pretty much it from me. All right. Passing it back to you, Greg. Thank you.
Yeah, I think that's all for us for today in the session. If there's anything, do put it in the chat. If you have any new tools and new gadgets related to AI, even if it's not related to AI, we can, we can see if there's an AI equivalent, and then we'll share it over here in the in our sessions 2 weeks from now, right? So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Noel.
Thank you.
Thank you, Loreen. Thank you,
Thanks.
Niall. Thank you, Ratnam. Thank you, Ian.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. See you guys in the next session.
Thank you, Ridwan. Thank you. Take care. Thanks, Ian. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye, Noel.